Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Pastor Nate, Pastor Nate, Pastor Nate. This is January the 3rd. It's Friday morning. It's probably about 3 a.m. I like to do these early morning videos. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. The TV is in the next room and it's quite loud, but I just want to come to you for a couple minutes. I want to talk about moderating. There's a lot of scuttlebutt out there, a lot of talk about moderation or moderating. People in your chat having the wrench or the stick to moderate, along with this other issue going on about the IHOP. But I wanted to talk about moderating. Now, for my church group, this is not a Bible study. This is not for the church group this time. So just wanted to make that clear. When somebody moderates for someone, I hadn't been on YouTube very long, but to my understanding, it's basically looking out for the content creator, right? Um, watching the chat, make sure the chat is clean. And I guess it depends on the tone of the content creator, because if the content creator uses a lot of vulgar and profanity, then I guess the moderator doesn't have to worry about it if the chat is using a lot of language. And that's something I noticed. But some content creators will tell you to kind of watch the chat and keep it clean. And it depends. Sometimes if you disagree with the content creator, a moderator will block you. And I think sometimes moderators misunderstand the tone and the intent of the subscriber or the ones in the chat, because I've heard on many occasions where people say, well, I got blocked. Why did I get blocked? All I did was voice my opinion, or I got blocked accidentally, or whatever. So what am I trying to say there? I think the moderators and the content creators, they need to get together and really communicate, hey, this is what we need to do. Do not block the people if they have an opinion. Block a person if they just blatantly disrespect, blatantly coming against me or cuss me out or say mean things or whatever, then you block them. But if I just disagree with you, then don't block the content creator. That's why I think the content creator and the mod should have like a rapport, some type of understanding um, to go by. Because I know in my case, I received a mod stick and didn't even ask for it, and I was thankful for it. But there were no guidelines given to me. There were no training, no instructions. So I just kind of had to go on what I've seen other moderators do and kind of the moderators in the chat. I'm a moderator for a bigger YouTuber, and like one day he met me in San Antonio, and then before you know it, I had the stick. But I guess he'd felt comfortable. He knew who I was. He liked my spirit. Then he gave me a stick. He didn't just give it to a stranger, but he actually met me. We had conversation, had dinner, for that weekend, and talked and communicated. Then he gave me the stick. It's not a paid position unless you and the content creator work something out. But I don't get paid for moderating. Of course, I don't moderate all the time because the content creator that I mod for may go live early in the morning, in the middle of the day, late at night, and I just can't be available around the clock like that. I guess that's why he has so many. But I do go over and make my presence when I can, right? And for the most part, the chat's pretty clean, so I don't have to really, block anybody or time out anyone. Really, I think I only did it a couple of times, but for the most part, you got other mods in there, and they're pretty much on top of it. One thing about moderators is we it shouldn't be a cultist situation. It shouldn't be like we're in a cult. We should be able to go to any chat that we want to, as long as we're respectful. There may be I mean, if that's the case, if you're telling me I can't go to another content creator's chat because me and that person don't get along, if that's the case, I can't go in nobody's chat because everybody's beefing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fussing with each other. So, like, where can I go? And I'm glad it's not like that with me. And I'll tell them in a minute, even from the house that I came from on the YouTube streets, I go to everybody's chat because, again, I'll say none of the content creators have done anything to me. They haven't disrespected me. So I go in their chats and I talk to other people and, try to be encouraging or whatever. I listen to what they have to say. Sometimes it's interesting now when they get all vulgar and demeaning and they start cussing, then I might leave. But other than that, I'm free. I'm a free agent. I go anywhere. Now, if that person disrespects or whatever, then I won't go there. But I hadn't had that issue yet. And I hadn't had a problem with the content creator that I mod for. In fact, the content creator came in this sector and gave a speech, and there were some issues with multiple content creators, but I was yet still a mod because I think he knew my spirit, he knew my heart, he knew I wasn't going to go into the sector and go around to the different chats and, you know, and degrade him and defame him and line his character, you know, and go back and forth like some of the content creators have been doing. You know, he probably knew I wasn't going to do that, and I didn't do that to this day. I mean, you have an opinion about the content creator that I mod for. I don't get in that. That's not my. I don't have a dog in the fight. So, like I say, he hadn't done anything to me, and I think he realized that, which is why I still have that stick. Now, how long I'm gonna have the stick, I don't know, cause some content creators, they change every year or every 6 months or whatever, or if they get confused and they feel like something fishy going on, they might drop everybody and get new mods. And sometimes they come back, whatever the case is. I mean, I don't power trip about that. You know, I don't care about being a mod. I'm thankful he asked me to be a mod, but you know, if he decides to drop me, it's like, I didn't ask for it, no how. But, you know, neither here nor there. I just want to come on and talk about the mods because I know there's a lot going on. You know, we should be able to go anywhere we want. Now, that's my opinion. A lot of content creators probably have an agreement with their mods. Hey, I've heard people say that if I don't like this person, me and this person don't get along, you know, I'd rather you not to go in that chat. And to me, that's some level of control. Now, unless the mod feels the same way, you know, if that's the case, then that might be some loyalty going on there, you know. But like I say, everybody's beefing with everybody, so it's like, where can you go? So I'm glad I'm free to go wherever. And I tell, if anybody else accepts me as a mod, I let them know, look, I go to different chats. But I won't disrespect you, even though, you know, that other person may be doing it. I won't, you know, malign your character or anything like that. And at that point, you should know if you want to accept me as a mod or not. But I'll let you know from the beginning. I think mods and content creators need to have the conversation. I don't know if they do that. I think mods need to get together behind the scenes and have like meetings every so often and just kind of, you know, level set and make sure everybody's on the same page, whatever their rules are. If it's agreed that you shouldn't go to nobody else's chat that I don't like, then make sure everybody's in agreement so it won't be no confusion, because you don't tell them that and they go to somebody else's chat and then you drop this stick and then it's a problem. So communicate all this stuff from the on gate, then it won't be no confusion. I didn't get communicate the rules. I just kind of had to catch on and use discernment and kind of watch the chat and watch other mods, and I've seen some other mods in other chats that of the content creator that I mod with. So I just kind of had to learn by trial and error. But I don't do any heavy, you know, that much heavy modding because he's got so many of them. I just want to come on and talk about that. All right, my friend. Remember, Pastor Nate will be back on the grind Tuesday, January the 7th. We're going to talk about the fivefold ministry. And our first order of business is talking about the apostle. I'm ready. I'm excited. I want y'all to come and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's going to be live. We're going to talk about the apostle, yes, this Tuesday coming up. We're going to kick off the new year talking about the fivefold ministry. All right, my friend, until next time, I want you to have a nice weekend. I want you to be at peace. Yes, you too blessed to be stressed, my friend. Be at peace. And not in pieces. Peace.